My name is Jacqueline from Tulip Interfaces, and today I want to walk you through a station in a couple rows, starting off as an operator on the shop floor, running through an assembly of an and-on lights, and show you how we can utilize the platform to make these frontline operators' job more efficient. And because we're always capturing data in the back end, afterwards we're gonna navigate over here to our real-time analytics dashboard. So swapping our roles here to more of a supervisor or manager role to give them actionable insight for anything that is happening in real time on the shop floor. And lastly, over here, Tulip is a composable platform. So what that means is that we have a template library of applications that you can build off of in the very beginning, so you don't have to start building applications from scratch. So Tulip really is a composable platform that we give and empower frontline operators to build something to solve whatever issues they have on the shop floor, and ultimately making their job a lot more efficient. So with that being said, that's a very high level of Tulip, and let's go ahead and walk through the first station over here. Yep, so this is the Tulip interface over here, and the back end over here is the application editor where you would build the applications. And the first thing we want to do is scan in the badge to make sure we identify who's currently working on the shop floor. So Natasha, if you don't mind, you can put that underneath the camera. So what that's doing you can lay it down over here. So what that's doing is that Tulip also has an open ecosystem and an architecture as well. And right now for this specific showcase, we're showcasing 3 of our technology partners. One of them is the Zebra. So Zebras usually are for printers, so show you how Tulip can interface with the printer software. In addition, we have a vision camera over here with another technology partner called Landing AI, and the idea is to help us do the quality checks for the final build of the assembly or throughout the assembly build to make sure that the operators are being assembling it correctly. And if there's any mistakes, the platform will then be able to help them rework it so that it's up to par and standard here. So now that we have scanned in the badge, we know that Kaylee Watson is the one that's currently performing the operations. And now we have some work instructions over here that are guiding the operators to complete the and-on light assembly here. And a cool thing over here too is we also have another technology partner called Banner. And the idea is that whenever you need to pick up a component from any of the bins, the Banner technology and hardware here will light up which specific component the operator needs to pick out, so that there is no chances of them picking the wrong component, which then leads to quality defects at the very end. So really the idea is to show the platform connected to all of our technology partners to enable the frontline operators to be more efficient. And the idea of right first time all the time, so that it really reduces the quality defect at the very end here. So that's some of the things that we're really trying to solve. And with that being said, let me go ahead and show you. If I were to now pick the light over here, pick a material over here, pick a material over here, and pick a material over here, you can see that the light turns off. So whenever the operator picks up the correct component, this Banner system also knows that, okay, we picked up the right component. You have all the 3 pieces that is following the work instruction over here. And this is also tied to a vision camera up here. And the idea is that whenever someone reaches over a bin, the vision camera will detect the hand movement. And then in the back end, we have a trigger logic to say, okay, we saw a hand was detected, so we're going to go ahead and turn off this light to make sure that they have picked out the components correctly. And now that we have picked out the components, we have some guided work instructions for them to follow. What you see here is just really scratching the surface, of course. Right now we're just utilizing GIFs to show guided work instructions, but we can also very easily add videos and embed SOPs as directed while they're performing their production process. So I'm going to go ahead and follow these work instructions to build my and-on light over here. I'm going to go ahead and say place the LED into the housing and route the cables. This is also the hardest part, opening the bag. Now that we have opened the bag, we have the LED. We're gonna follow the work instruction to place it into the housing. Over here. And then now that has been completed, we can go ahead and follow the second step, which is routing the wires directly into here. And then lastly, putting the bottom piece at the bottom. And now we have followed the 3 steps to finish part of this assembly. And now we also are able to integrate with a scale over here. And we're gonna put the sub-assembly directly onto the scale. And what that is really doing is for quality purposes. If an operator has correctly assembled a piece, it should always weigh the same amount. So this is really just to show, okay, the operator has actually assembled this part completely as part of like a a quality check while they're utilizing the build. And once we have done that, the tool platform knows that, okay, we have finished the first few steps, and it automatically navigates me to the next executable step. And you can now see the 4 and 5 pin over here is now lit up for additional work instructions. And same thing as earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this piece over here. Follow some more work instructions to screw in the top of the box over here. Also, screw in the top of the lid. And then now, as everything, we also want to test whether the build is working or not. So then now we have the idea to plug in this USB to test whether this end-on light is working or not. And perfect. Now that we have tested it, that it's working, we also want to put it on the scale. And now it's going to run and do another quality inspection for the final build. And once that is completed, it tells you, hey, your assembly is completed, and the system knows to now print out a label from the Zebra printer to keep track of whether that's a sub-assembly or final product, and keep track of the traceability of where this assembly is, location, and of course all of these Zebra printer templates are customizable or configurable based on your needs as well. And now that's a very high level from like the operator's point of view. Now that they have completed a assembly, I want to now switch gears here a little bit and talk a little bit about how we support multi-languages as well. So over here we have for the demo a few languages that we can scan in to automatically change the language based on your location. So if let's say we want to swap the application to German, we tap on the RFID here, and then it changes the language directly. And this is utilizing AI in the backend. So I know AI is the buzzword right now, so we really want to showcase some of the AI capabilities in Tulip. And this is one of the capabilities in Tulip to very easily translate the application you build into different languages across your site. So it's a lot more scalable that way as well. But that's kind of what I have in store for you for the operator's point of view. Now, if you don't mind, I want to swap gears here and put on my operator or manager and supervisor hat and show you the dashboards over here. And over here is the dashboards. So putting on my manager or supervisor hats, because Tulip is always capturing data on the shop floor in real time, you can always create dashboards to visualize the data. And what we did over here is to showcase how much lights were built today, how many were built this week, and also the cycle time of when it was built per hour. And you can even see, because someone's currently running the execution right now, on the top right you can see that the station is running by the current operator, Braden, and there will be a takt time on the left to track how long he has taken for the assembly process to start from finish. And this is really to allow you to get some insights on what operators are being more efficient than others, and if training might be required for some of the For example, let's say Braden's doing so well, maybe he's doing something that everyone else isn't doing. So it might make sense to have him explain what he's doing to upskill the rest to increase manufacturing productivity there. So very high level, right? Supervisor dashboards happening in real time. We can also share this as a link to stakeholders as well if they don't have access to the platform. So lots of different ways we can utilize Tulip there. But now that we've talked about the operator's point of view, the supervisor manager point of view, just really wanted to showcase this over here and talk about the last piece. This is what we call the Tulip library. Tulip, because we are a composable solution, we built multiple different applications on the shop floor, sharing what we call a common data model that ties in all the applications into one single flow. If you want to think of it as like electronic batch records or electronic device history records, this is how Tulip will do it in a composable fashion. We will build multiple different applications target for specific use cases that will then transform and work together with a common data model in the back end to become that solution or MES solution or manufacturing execution system that you're looking for as well. And we have the library have pre-built templates that you can start off with so that new clients wouldn't have to be lost on, what do we build? How do we start? The template will then guide you with a starting point for operators to be able to very easily build the application that will solve their current problems on the shop floor. And the idea is that because we are a composable solution, let's start with the problem that is, gives the most return on investment and hurts the most. Let's start there and then scale up to other use cases as required. Because Tulip is a platform, we're not a point solution. We really grow with your company, and we don't charge you extra for any of the additional use cases you want to solve with the platform as well. So hopefully that was helpful for the group over here, and I was able to showcase multiple different users and roles with the application and how we can use it. But if there's any questions, feel free to reach out.